All right, it's math time, and you should have your math workbook, volume 2, and we are on page 287, and we're actually finishing up this unit. I can't believe it. We did a whole unit on YouTube. So this is the review. Obviously, there's not going to be a real test. Maybe there is. Who knows? But here we are. So we're going to do this over a few days. So we did a whole unit. It was the decimals unit review is your title. And today is April 8th, 2020. And I definitely want you to have a piece of paper here and not doing this in this workbook, because the reason I never use this workbook in the classroom is it's too tiny. So it says for numbers 1A to 1D, write these symbols, greater than or less than symbols, to make the inequality true. And 1A is 3/5 and 1/5. I am not doing these all for you on the video. You guys need to do some of these on your own. I am seeing students just copying from the video, and you need to follow my example. For 1A, I'll do 1A and 1B with you. But then I need you to go and do the rest of the entire workbook by yourself. Then please take a photo of it and send it to me. Okay, so 1A, we've got 3/5 and 1/5. 3/5 and 1/5. So with that one, I hope at this point in our knowledge of fractions, this one you really just know which one is bigger. But I still would like you to prove it, and we do that with a fraction bar. And how many pieces? It's got 5, so 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I did a pretty good job. 4. I think this one looks a little small. You might think I'm being a little bit of a perfectionist here, but I do it because you need to really see that these are equal pieces, and there are 3, so we'll color in 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, and a good student would have put that in. 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5. And this one, so we'll write that over here. This equals 3/5. And this one, we're going to draw a fraction bar exactly the same size, and you line it up, line it up, line it up, line it up, and then you write in the 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, 1/5, and we color in 1/5. Okay, so which one is bigger? This is bigger. Muy grande. Esta es muy grande, so we do this one. Okay, because the monster always wants to eat the bigger one. Okay, so that's 1A. And if you wanted, you could come back in here and then write that, just like this one. 3/5 is greater than 1/5. But I need you to draw it on the paper. Send me a photo of your paper too. 1B, though, is harder. Ooh. 1B says 2/8 and 2/3, and that is harder. Okay, so we're going to draw a fraction bar. Okay, and how many pieces are there total? Well, there are 8 pieces total. Now, when I draw 8 first, I find 2. Okay, there's 2. And then I go and I do another one. So now we have 4. And I need 8. So then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now it's 1/8 is the unit. So we're going to do all of that in here. And that's 2 pieces. So 1/8, 2/8 equals 2/8. Okay. To do the 2/3, though, is tricky, because you need to draw the fraction bar And then you need to really be careful. You need 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to use 2 fingers. Yeah, that looks about right. 1/3. Whoops. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. And then you color 1/3, 2/3. Okay, so this is obviously bigger. Muy grande. Okay, and we come back over here. And it's this one. Boom. Okay, so you need to do these two also. 1C, 1D. Okay, you need to do 1C solo on your own. 1D, okay? I'll help you though with number 2 because number 2 looks a little difficult. So choose numbers from the tiles to make an equivalent. This means equal fraction with the least possible denominator. Least possible means the smallest number. So this is the smallest number, but is it equivalent? If we put this here and with another number, which we don't know right now, is it equivalent? Okay, so how do we make equivalent fractions again? Oh, we're going to draw this one first. We need a fraction that is equivalent to 8/12. So I'm going to draw myself a really big fraction bar with 12 pieces. So I'm going to, I'm going to maybe break it into thirds first. So there. And there, that's thirds. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm gonna use that and another one. So now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now again. Okay, this is fun. And now I'm not going to write the unit fraction. I mean, if you were a really good student, you would write all the 1/12 in. But we're at 8 and 1 at 12, 2 12, 3 12, 4 12, 5 12, 6 12, 7 12, 8 12. So we need a fraction that is equivalent to this. And that's tricky here because we want it not to be a bigger fraction, but a smaller fraction. So instead of, normally we would draw lines in to make it equivalent, but this time we're going to erase lines. So there, but if I erase it, I got to erase it all. Okay. Whoop, whoop. I'm drawing on my books over here. Whoops, that's not good. All right, so what do we have now? What's the denominator now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many are colored in? 4. Okay, 4, 6 is an option. 8/12 does equal 4, 6. But I wonder, is that the smallest number? So if you want to give me the smallest one, you will have to erase again. So which lines would we erase? I paused, but you should have paused the video here to figure out which ones will we erase again. Well, we're going to erase that one, and that one, and that one. And now we have 1, 2, 3. And how many are colored in? 2. Excuse me. And that's an option, 2 and 3. So look, 2/3. That's the smallest one. What about these ones down here? We've got Farid. Farid measures the masses of 4 books in kilograms. He records the data in the table. Which 2 books have the same mass? Okay, so this is a decimal question. It is asking which decimal numbers are the same. Okay, and this one, in a survey, 7/10 of the students said they watched the news last week. Complete the fraction equation. So this is another 7/10. This is similar, to the question we did over here. This one, you need to make an equivalent fraction, an equal fraction to this one. So there are many different ways you could do this, but one way would be this way. Draw the 7/10, draw this fraction, and then make an equivalent fraction. Alrighty. I think that is probably enough for one day. So we're going to pause the video here. Page 287 is what we did this video on. And if you would like to give yourself a challenge and try page 288 on your own, you can go for it. And we will check in on page 287 tomorrow. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. I hope this video helped. Bye-bye.